What's up guys, it's Connor here with another brand new video for DVD Reviews. Today, I'm doing a new series, which I'll tell you in a minute, but, so a couple of quick notes, just to say sorry for not uploading Sons of Anarchy when I said I would. I've just been really busy with family stuff, so haven't had time to do that, but I will do Sons of Anarchy in a couple of days. And also, a big shout out to ChaseMan417, being the first to subscribe to me, and a shout out video. So go subscribe to him, and yeah, so let's get straight into it. Now, my new series is none other than Breaking Bad. Now, Breaking Bad is like the best. It's my favorite show. It's better than Game of Thrones. And today, I'm going to do a review for Breaking Bad Season 1, Episode 1 pilot, which was a pretty good pilot episode. And yeah, so I'll give you the review now. Alright, so it cuts to, the first scene is Walter White, who's the main character, driving an RV with a gas mask in the middle of the desert, and his pants are like flying in the air or something. And there's a young man next to him with another gas mask who's unconscious. I'll get to him soon. He's a good character. And there are two bodies behind them and all this liquid flowing and falling and chemistry stuff. And then Walter White gets out of camera, puts on his shirt that was in the RV, his still intact shirt, and then he's just got white underwear on, and then he grabs the camera and starts saying who he is, Walter Hartwell White, and starts talking about his wife, Skylar White, and his son, Walter Jr., who has a disability, like with crutches and stuff. So, and then he puts all his belongings out next to the camera and says, and then goes to the road with a gun. I think it's a Beretta or a Desert Eagle or something. And then he points the gun and then it shoots back to 3 weeks earlier. And it starts off with him eating bacon and eggs with his son, Walter Jr., and his wife, Skylar. And they're eating bacon and eggs, and it's actually his 50th birthday. And Skylar White is actually pregnant with an unplanned baby. Like, this baby was not organized, you know, they didn't know. She was unexpected. And anyway, Walter White is a chemistry teacher who teaches chemistry in a high school, and he has to, and because they can't afford their bills and stuff, they need to have a second job. So he takes up a second job at a car wash, and yeah. And then it's like he's cleaning a car, and then he like collapses and then is rushed to the hospital, and a guy tells him, like the doctor tells him that he has terminal lung cancer and he only has 2 years to live. And so at the 50th party, his brother-in-law, Hank Schrader, is a DEA agent, Drug Enforcement Administration, that's what DEA stands for, and Skylar's White's sister is Marie Schrader, who married Hank. And yeah, there's a bit of family history. And at the party, Hank is showing around his Glock, and it gets to Walter, and then he starts showing off a meth lab that they found, and he's just like, oh yeah, and then, yeah, this is all the money they made and stuff, and Walter asks, how much money is there, and he's like, close to like $200,000, I think, or something around there. And then Walter White goes up to him and says, hey, I've been thinking I want to come along with you to go on this trip to see what's inside a meth lab and stuff. And then when they're waiting, they quickly go in to make sure it's safe for Walter to come in. and they like take out, I think his name's Emilio, and conveniently next door they find Jesse Pinkman. That's the character, and he's actually like jumps out a window with his clothes and stuff, and then he goes to his car and goes away. And then Walter White, later in the episode, Walter White finds him at his house, and it's just like, hey, I want to cook meth with you, bro. And he's like, you want to cook crystal meth? And he's like, yes. And so they start cooking in an RV. Well, they find an RV and then they start cooking. And then he's like, then he's just like, this is art, because Walter White's really smart with chemistry. He knows how to make it and make it crystal clear, and that's what it is. And he's just like, wow, Jesse's like, wow, this is really good mess, man. And shows it to Crazy 8, who's a bit of a minor character. And so Crazy 8 and Amelia go to the RV in the desert, and it's just like, yeah, I like your mess, man, to Walter. And I think they were about to buy it, but then they set him up. Like, Walt and Jesse have actually been set up, and then Jesse tries to run and tells Walter to run, but because Walter starts coughing because he has the cancer, he they get him in an instant, and Jesse trips on a rock and gets unconscious, and then the Emilio and Crazy 8 force Walter to cook, and so he does, but he gets this different experiment and then blows up the place. Well, doesn't blow it up, but makes a chemical reaction, and then goes out and then covers the door so they'll get poisoned. But they shoot open the door or try to make holes in it with the bullets so they could like breathe, and then the chemical stuff would like flow out. It's poisonous gas, I think. And yeah, so Walter has to hold his breath. Then they like unconscious or dead or something. Then Walter grabs Jesse, puts gas masks on them, and drives away with the RV. And that's practically the episode. And this I'd give a 9 out of 10. That's my rating for the episode. Super good like start, and yeah, daily uploads. So I'll see you tomorrow, and subscribe, like, and comment on this video and other videos. So peace.